Hey guitar people, I got a lesson for you for today that's a Travis picking thing. So we're using our thumb here, and it's kind of like a ragtime, it's like a country blues, and kind of ragtime. I know we just had a lesson on ragtime, but hey, we're gonna stick with that because I like playing that stuff. So this song's in the key of E. The song has got some secondary dominance in it, so we're gonna have a lot of like dominant seventh chords. So let's get started. So slow with the tabs, and I'll try to give you guys some time to like look at this section here. So then to go through this with the chords, I'll break it all down. We'll go, so we got an E dominant 7, right? Then a G sharp dominant 7. Although, instead of this guy being right here, we're gonna skip the A string and put it on the D string. So we're gonna skip the whole A string. We're not gonna play it since we're not strumming it, right? So we're not gonna strum it. So we're gonna put this here so we have an octave of the G sharp, and everything else stays the same. So we're gonna do something like, right? Then after that, we do a C sharp thing, except instead of strumming that, we go, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like 2 measures of that, and it'd be the same thing as if we went like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after that, we have an A7. And that's just like a... And then we change it to an A sharp as a diminished chord. So you have an A7 like this. You can make it a diminished chord by just adding in the A sharp. It becomes A sharp diminished. And that G and the E are in that same chord, so we're just hammering on and off of that. Then we go to a B7 for 2 measures. But instead of strumming that like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we go. So if you count that out, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty cool, right? So what this is like if you took a G major shape, but like instead of it going through our nut slots here, if we imagine that like we hold it down and slide it up, because this is our G, we slide it up to our B as in boy. We have a B major chord. And what I'm doing is I'm taking like a chunk of that. I'm taking right here and the strings 2 and 3. So we got and here. And then I go, just doing a chromatic thing. Two, 3, 4. And what that is, I mean, so that's just like a part of the scale. So you're going, it's like you're doing a G major scale, right? And you're harmonizing it. Or, sorry, did I say G? I don't know if I said G. I meant an E major scale. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're back to our E7. Right, so that's then we have a C sharp 7. And these are the same chord. I'm just like so what I'm doing is I have a C sharp 7 here. And then I do like this shape as like a 9 chord, like a C sharp 9. Except I'm going to skip the 9. I'm not going to play it. So I still have a C sharp 7, and then I'm just adding in the G sharp again. Like when we went, so I like that high G sharp. So what we got is, and here I'm doing like a 3 string, like thumb thing. And so, since we need a G sharp sometimes, when I'm holding that, this one has to come down onto the low E string. So it's like, then we got an F sharp 7. And then a B7. And a tiny bend. An E6. And a B augmented. Now, something that you can do that'll make your thumb picking sound a whole lot more interesting, something that Merle Travis used to do. Instead of when you're playing and you're just doing one single note, and like for instance here, all we have is an E and a higher E. strum through. When you get to the high bass note, strum through a little bit. And you can include like the G string, sometimes the G and the B. It just helps because, like I was saying, like it's just an E and an E. There's not a whole lot happening there, especially if you're going to be striking the high E as a top note. That's just 3 E's. It's kind of boring. So strum through a little bit. It'll help out. So I didn't want to put that in with the tabs just because it's a lot of numbers in there and you'll be thinking like, what is going on here, you know? So, but just something to keep in mind. Strike through a little bit. And Real Travis used to do that all the time. Sometimes he would strike all the way through when he got to the high bass note. Yeah. And if this is a big challenge for you, you shouldn't be worried because it was a huge challenge for me. I just learned how to play like this a couple of years ago. So I actually have a video on this. It's called How I Learned to Travis Pick. How I learned to Travis Pick. And I'll put a link on that in the description. I walk you through the whole thing. So it's how I learned how to do it. So it worked for me personally. But of course it did. So if you watch that video and you work your way through it, I think it'll be a lot easier for you to play something like this if you don't already know how. So that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you next time, and you just keep on picking. Thank you.